shall not overtake nor prevent.
Yeah, he would say, ain't nothing gonna happen. Well, it's like, ain't nothing gonna happen. We're gonna break it down completely. Would say the evil shall not overtake or prevail. We're just gonna keep partying. We're gonna keep on believing whatever we want to believe. See, if you're looking for Jesus Christ, that church is not going to tell you how to please the Lord, man. That church doesn't know. All right, these Christians, they don't know what's pleasing to Yahweh the outside. All right, so they can't fucking help you.
In 2 Peter 3:3, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lust, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation.
The evil shall not overtake nor prevent it. Hey, everything, hey look, all that's gonna happen is there's gonna be a power switch. We're gonna be living under China and Russia's rule now. You know, but it's gonna continue. America's not going anywhere. Wrong. You're fucking wrong. Alright? So Yahweh Shemi outside, alright, is stirring up the nations against each other to destroy each other, man. And Babylon's going to get shot out by the EU. You know why? You want to know why? It's because the European Union is already fucking weak. The European Union is already broken down. And America is broken down. But America is still trying to shove other nations around as if this place isn't fucking being zoned out. So like this whole thing with Ukraine, America might go, okay, look, I don't want to get nuked over Ukraine. But guess what? Israel and Iran are fucking heavily fighting each other right now, and America will get involved when it comes to Israel.
Yeah, but trees. The scripture says that the least of flocks shall draw them out.
Well, that's what's going to happen. Because even in that letter that Albert Pike wrote, it said that the war was going to be started between Christian and Muslim nations. Which means what? Israel and Iran. That is going to be, as they say in the world, the straw that breaks the camel's back.
For this they willingly are ignorant of that by the word of the Most High the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, whereby the world that then was being overflowed with water perished. But the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment. And
Isn't that what we just read about Sodom and Gomorrah? That the ashes of that place was left as an example to those who do ungodly. And so now he's saying that they are willingly ignorant. The Lord didn't spare the whole world that was doing all types of wickedness. Alright? But it's being reserved for punishment with fire, man. The second death. Right? Because the flood was the first death. This is the second death, which the Lord's going to burn the earth, man. What does it say in Malachi? The days come that shall burn as an oven. Alright? Malachi. Go ahead.
against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men.
That's why we're saying to repent. Because this is the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. Alright, Esau and these other nations first and foremost, and then you Israelites, man. Alright, so he's gonna smack your dick first. Yep, because why? Because he's godly. He's godly. Alright? So the scriptures don't lie. Alright?
But beloved, be you not ignorant ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day.
Yeah, so this place is being reserved. See, that's why, you know, we don't put a date on anything. We don't say, oh, this year, oh, it's going to happen this time, right? Because we don't know. All right? Don't know. But we
I don't know.
Yep. Because everything has to be fulfilled. All right? The wars, the different rumors of wars, the economy has to collapse. All right? All these other nations, their people have to uprise against their governments. Right? That's going to happen when the economy collapses. Because everybody's going to go, the whole world is going to go nuts when that happens. And then the solution is going to be the chip. When we switch over to a digital currency. Then the majority of people are going to willingly take it.
Because the little trinkets, the little bullshit. They're gonna have these rappers promoting. They have that one rapper, I forget his name. I think it was Lil Uzi Vert. Him and some other, my chick were talking about getting premium cookies. So they're gonna use Jake to promote it, man. Just like the first person to get vaccinated was the NWO.
Maximize.
To get maximized. You know, it was the NWO.
Yep. You know, which don't, and this COVID thing ain't over yet. That stuff is still going on.
They had a movie that's supposed to come out. It was called, it's like C-23 or something like that. C-21. And it shows like this shit mutates and everybody's fucking blood's coming out their eyes and shit. Like some real horror shit.
Apparently that's what's going on in India. They said it triple mutated. They said it mutated 3 times. And now they're just dying.
All you people taking these maximizations. They play with you people, man. These people who are these elderly people. Talking about big arguments. So they gonna start fucking bugging out, man.
Yeah. 'Cause what's gonna happen when the new strain starts hitting and it's worse than what we've experienced, what you've experienced already?
The new strain is fucking shots, man.
And that maximization ain't gonna help you against the new strain.
Well, that is the new strain.
It's gonna fucking take your ass out.
There was a documentary I watched about there was some pandemic that was in the 80s. And they started maximizing all of a sudden the AIDS virus out. So they would be all these people maximizing it. It's gonna be an outbreak soon. You know?
Yep.
You got movies like Resident Evil. They're actually showing you, in plain sight that something's gonna get unleashed.
Yeah.
And that's the scripture.
And COVID-19 is clearly a biologically engineered weapon.
There's a patent on it.
Yeah.
All it is a mutated version of SARS.
Yeah, that shit was made in the lab.
There's a patent.
And that's why it's mutating so fast. Even my dad was like, viruses don't mutate like this. That are natural.
Natural viruses.
Even my dad will say like the flu. Like the flu will upgrade like every once in a while.
And even that's not natural, man. That's administered by shots.
So
That's administered.
So this thing is a fucking weapon.
I was looking at SHTFplan.com last night, and they were talking about what happened to the annual flu. Like what happened to annual flu?
Well, the flu was killing all types of people every year already. So now all the flu deaths are just attributed to COVID, just to help the numbers go up.
And they're saying that there hasn't been any so-called flu deaths.
Yeah, see that?
Or I haven't even really heard of it. So something's going on. They're playing with these little germs, man. These little viruses.
Well, hey. So and the scriptures talk about the pestilence, man. And that's what this is. It's not gone. It's not gonna go away. Okay? You're gonna reopen. Hey, like it says when they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction. Just like COVID hit out of nowhere, it's gonna hit again out of nowhere, man. And you're gonna and the country's gonna lock down again. And shit's just gonna fucking get worse. And if they lock down again, if they do a complete shutdown again, these people are gonna lose their fucking minds.
Look at how everything is. It's supposed to be like everything's opened up. You go into a business or a restaurant, you have to have a mask. So it's not really back to normal or opened up per se. It's all a play on play. But what's going to happen is it's going to get more and more strict. More and more strict. Until it's martial law. Which martial law happens is what you said. All these businesses are getting down. They don't even know where to go. You have a curfew. It's going to be a food line. It's going to be a food line after the food line shut down.
Yeah, when this thing shuts down again, these people are gonna lose it. Because he's using every weapon he can. Psychological warfare. He shut it down for a while, and then he opened it up back up. Now everybody's chilling, everybody's happy. So when they shut it down again, these people are gonna snap. You got all these recent shootings happening, and that's gonna increase. That's gonna go way up. Because these people are already at a point of break, and that's what Esau was, order out of chaos. He's going to he created a plan for the chaos so he could come in and create more
COVID's going to get worse. Esau is going to be like, well, it's because not enough people are vaccinated. So we need to make it mandatory. Now you need half. No, let's believe it's going to get there. See, the Lord does things on His own time. I seen a comment somebody left on Elder Yashawama's page. It was like, y'all been talking about vaccination being made mandatory and this and that. I ain't seen it. It ain't happening. You know. And so you gotta realize that the Lord can make something happen like that. But this is all. It's going to happen. It happens to the sixth step. Surely it will come. But it's just it's a test of patience. See, that guy failed. That's why I talked about those that have failed in patience. They're like, well, this thing ain't happening. It's not happening when I want it to happen. So you know what? F this. I'm gonna do what I want. And then what does it say? What does it say? Woe to you that failed in patience. What shall you do when the Lord actually comes? And if the Lord allows this thing to keep like amping up and going, a lot of you are gonna lose patience, man. A lot of you are gonna lose faith. You're gonna drop the ball. And then you can't come back in after you leave. So you're just
while you're in this journey, you better occupy yourself in things which you first and foremost is to work.
Well, it says in the scripture that there's knowledge. See, if you bug out, it's because you don't get it, man. You don't understand. You don't see. You're not seeing things clearly.
You're not of the elect. You're a bug out.
And you bug out. And it's stuck. The elect are not going to bug out, man. The elect. That's why I talked about a faithful, as a faithful wife, basically. Yeah.
This is 1 John chapter 2, verse 1. My little children, these things write unto you, that ye sin not. And if any man sin, we have an advocate with the Father, Yahushua Mashiach, the righteous. And he is the propitiation for our sins, and not for ours only, but also for the sins of the whole world. And whereby we do know that we know him if we keep his commandments. He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments, is a liar, and the truth is not in him.
Yeah, because first and foremost, if you want to receive the truth, first of all, you have to be an Israelite. Second, you have to keep the commandments. Otherwise, you're not going to receive. You're not going to receive the truth. All right. You have to be repentant. You have to be keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best interest of it. All right. You have to be actively, involved. Or you're not going to get anything. The Lord's not going to deal with it.
Yeah, that's why when it says, and he is the propitiation for our sins, and not for ours only, but also for the sins of the whole world. That one. Just to make that clear. Verse 5. But whosoever, but whoso keepeth his word, in him verily is the love of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
Yeah, so, and then you say, when I say you have to be an Israelite, right? See, if you're understanding this, and the truth is being revealed to you, and you're being led to repentance, all right? You're an Israelite, because the heathen aren't going to be shown. You're not even going to. These things aren't even going to be shown to you. If 2/3 of the nation of Israel are blinded, well, why is it going to wake up another nation? Yeah.
You don't want to say, I'm going to say Ishmael. It's all about Israel. That's the only understanding that they're going to receive. All these other nations. Because it's what he says. That in the hand of everybody. But I'm going to...
And they're going to see it like actually seeing it.
They're going to actually see Yahushua.
That's the only way they're going to fucking see it.
This is 1 John chapter 2 and verse 5. But whosoever keepeth his word, in him verily is the love of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua perfected. Hereby know we that we are in him.
That's when that love is perfected, right? Meaning that you understand now. You get it. So you're going to wait as long as you have to. Just like the apostles, look how long they've been waiting. And they've been waiting that long because they understand. Most High put the Spirit in them. They have the understanding, so they know that it's not on their time. And you have to be in order. You can't just be like, oh.
Look at the guys who come in for like a year or two and just bug out.
What is the brother you posted a video of somebody who was in for a few months?
And there was that one dude that was in for a few months, and then he bugged out, and then he ended up with a chair.
The Lord was basically like, fuck. You got Daryl? Dimebag Daryl?
Yeah, you're going through, and it's for your benefit. It's for your growth, so you can grow in this truth. So the Lord is refining you.
It's supposed to refine you. That's what it's supposed to do.
Even Apostle Gabar, he stated that he's still growing, and he's been doing this over 30 years. Hey, so it's a constant growth. You're not just going to come into the truth and then just be perfect. You're just going to be righteous.
Yeah.
You know, it's refining gold, like
Process.
process.
That's why all the afflictions are supposed to do is refine.
Well, that's why you have people on the outside of the camp for years. Because it's a process. Alright? You don't just, it doesn't just click like immediately. Or you hear the word and boom, I'm just You know, I just understand everything. It's not how it goes. Like, you can get these scriptures, you can get understanding, you can get breakdowns, all right? But experience and time is what's really going to refine it. You know, like wine, how it's aged and it gets better with time. Same thing. You know, and then on the flip side, the people that are on the left get worse. They get wax worse. The Lord is dealing with the right hand and the left hand. You know, the Lord's moving both sides.
There's Sirach 2:1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble.
Yeah, prepare your soul for temptation. I mean, the things that's going on right now are little things. You know, this is like the training ground, right? You slip. Like when you're in training and you slip or you mess up, you're not dead, right? But then when the real thing goes down, when you're tempted, what are you going to be tempted with? Getting a vaccination, doing something, you know, because what's coming is hard times. People get desperate in hard times. You know, the demons are desperate. So you're in the training ground right now, right? Where you may be able to slip through, mess up on certain things, you're all right. You're not just dead. You're not just all right. But when that chip comes, you know, when these real tough times come, when things like that really start happening, you know, your knowledge is really going to be put to the test in severe ways. You know, that's when a slip can be your death.
Right now you go through the hard places, you know.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah, the set time, the hour of temptation. That's the main one.
Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
Everybody's going to get changed to a low state soon. Because this country is declining. Even rich motherfuckers, like, a lot of them are going to just go broke, man. Alright? The only ones that are going to stay cool are the top elites now.
This is Judges, chapter 5, and verse 11. It says, they that are delivered from the noise of archers in the places of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord, even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of his villages of Israel.
Yep. So we're going to be going through things, alright? And our hope is to be delivered from those different difficulties and trials that we're going to be facing. Go ahead.
Then shall the people of the Lord. So right now we're rehearsing the righteous acts. We're doing the best we can, building ourselves up for that final day. Okay, because like we go into, we're not perfect. Sometimes you bug out. Sometimes you get doing no videos, you know. And though you want to, it's just sometimes it's very not to do those. You got brothers in it, doing videos in weeks, man. What's that? What's that? It just means that, hey, right now, the Lord has there's something, that's between him and the Lord. And you can't just automatically say, okay, he's wicked, he's a demon, he's been destroyed. You can't just do that. Because right now we're rehearsing, we're just, the Lord's having us rehearse for that day that's coming. And then it's going to be declared who's part of the Lord. But right now, the brothers that we can't, he's not taking his hand off the plow, he still believes. He's still part of the rehearsing. He's still part of the prayer. He's still a cast.
Well, everybody has, just because you don't do videos don't mean that you don't believe, man. That's another thing. I'm not saying that you're never going to do video, but everybody has a different walk. Everybody has a different connection with the Lord, a different path that they're going on. And you could be looking down on somebody right now, and then the Lord just puts spirit on them, and then they just blow up, man. Turn up. Right? So that's why you can't, it says not to judge your brother. Now disagreements, different things like that, that's a whole other story. You know? Because at the end of the day, man, if the Lord's dealing with you, the Lord's dealing with you. That's all there is to it, man. If you're of the elect, you're of the elect. That's really what it boils down to. You know, if you're of the elect, because it says nobody's going to make it, on this side, on this go around. It's not written in the book. So it's according to election, like Romans 9 says. The children, not knowing any good or evil, but it's still in the mother's womb. All right, one was chosen over the other, so that it would be that election. It would be according to election. And that was and that in itself is an example of the Lord has mercy on whom he will have mercy, and that the Lord chooses who. It's not of us, right? Lest you boast, lest you say, "Oh, it's because of my great works, it's because of all the great works that I did. That's how I entered into the kingdom." No, that's not how it goes down. You making it into the kingdom is because you've been chosen from the foundation of the earth. We're hoping for that. We're hoping, all right? And we're not going to know until we're delivered. You're not going to know until you're delivered. Jake wakes up, when he sees Master Jake waking up, which he already sees, but it's going to get, it says the grass is going to spring up. The blade. And when you see grass, that's a food. Everybody that was normal was like blue, and then all the mutants were red. See, and Esau, that's Esau, man. Esau's Professor X. He has the cerebral, he has the internet. All right, he has the numbers on everybody that's watching videos, and so he's seeing seeing everybody is blinking red. You know, everybody was blinking red. You know, and he can look at people's everybody's search histories and different things, their activities, and see who really believes. They can see like, oh, this guy knows that something going on. Like, you know, we're not really worried about it. But then you have this other guy that's like, well, no, he's starting to put up videos. Oh, he's got a camera. He's actually out in the street now. Like, oh man, that's another one. That's another one. You know, and that's why Esau sets up these different charlatans out here. You know, to catch flies. You know, to catch you jakes to hear about this thing but don't really understand it.
That's dope right here for the
Oh yeah.
And the Lord is rescuing his people by what? Setting up the elect, setting up the brothers of victory, giving you the truth. That's how the
It's like the beginnings of mercy, man. You know, that understanding is given to you, right? Because it says that if you will see that the Lord will heal you, and we're being healed, right? We're putting where the madness of this place is being washed away from us, right? To the point where we look around and we're just like, no, we don't want this. We want order, man. We want actual order. But Esau is nothing but chaos and fucking disorder, man. All right, he wants this whole weird cybertronic fucking world where people are all just bug outs.
He wants to be the Most High. He wants to be the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
He's bugged out and he's controlling everything. He wants to be the Most High. He wants to be Zordon. Verse Joel 3 and 4. Yeah, and what have you to do with me, O Tyrians, I know? In all the coast of Palestine, will you render me a recompense? And if you recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? Because you have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have been sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from your border. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head.
Yeah, so all this nonsense about the Israelites got back into their land in 1948, that's retarded, man. All right, if you understand the Bible, you know that we were scattered throughout all the world, and that the Lord would gather us out of the lands that we were scattered in. That's going to be a show of great power. That the Lord is literally going to be able to just go about the entire earth and extract everybody that he wants. And leave everyone else to get fucking fried.
It says, and I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off, for the Lord hath spoken. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares and swords, and your pruning hooks and spears. Let the weak say, I am strong.
That's exactly what's been going on, man. All these different nations getting their military tech up, right? And as America and NATO just gets weaker and weaker, all right, because we're the feet, the toes, part, you know, iron, part clay, right? So NATO is broken down. You know, it's all jacked up, and you know, different nations that are struggling to survive. Going bankrupt.
And then these places were fucking mighty at one time. You have Spain. Spain was known for having a very mighty water ships. They were known for having a strong ass navy. So now look at them.
Yeah. The beast is being zoned out. It's on the way out. You know, and the Lord's gonna, Most High is gonna have it to where everybody fucking shoots this place. Okay? Most High is gonna have it to where everybody shoots this place.
Isaiah 1 and 2, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, that thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
And you can see that, man, because you still have America, you know, trying to poke and prod these other nations, and these other nations are just like, the fuck out of here with this shit. But America's still doing it because it's still thinking of itself as the greatest nation on earth, as the most powerful nation on earth. But it's not anymore. It's not. That's just the truth. It's not anymore. You know, you have all these proud Americans and everything. I understand, you know, but the thing is you gotta face fucking reality, man. This place is destroyed. You got trannies in your military. They're worried about military gear for pregnant women in the American military. It's done. It's done. Babylon is falling, all right? This place has lost its fucking mind, all right? It's over.
Yeah, and there's never been anything major that that's happened here in America, a major war. So America's been completely frightened. They've overtaken these other countries by war. In every other country there's been a war, but there's never happened anything here in America where they get humbled.
That's why it's the virgin daughter of Bethlehem.
It's the virgin daughter. It's never actually been touched. You can't, the Civil War that broke out, the Revolutionary War, and all those things. I just can't compare to World War I, World War II. So this place has never seen an actual war. Pearl Harbor, there was talks about Pearl Harbor. That was an inside job. To stir up America and be justified in bombing Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And they only did that to just show the world, like, look, you guys fuck with us, we're just gonna bomb you after that. Because America could have just went in there and fuck and turn that place upside down. But they did that to show, just like, look, and the whole world was
Silence after World War II stopped. You know, nobody's speaking against obesity. Now, hey, those days are over. But America is the only one that doesn't realize it yet.
Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh.
That's America, man. You know, that's primarily America that's in that spirit. Because even these European countries are looking at America like, whoa, slow down, man. Like, you're doing too much. And here it is, the European countries are trying to be reasonable. And then America's doing all this crazy shit. They're just like, hey, chill, man. You don't fucking see what's going on? Like, you can't see China and Russia fucking annihilate us?
because these other nations, they don't want war. When it comes to the other Asian countries and NATO, besides America, they don't want to go to war. You know, look at World War I and World War II. Europe is the one catching them with smoke. You know, they fucking bombing the place. They have that. You know? They don't want that. They know, man. They're like, man, every time we go to war, we don't get fucked up. World War I, World War II. That shit was all out there. America didn't get touched.
Because America's bloodthirsty.
Oh, yeah.
This is Ezekiel 35:5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
Yeah, that's going to be also. But who's the most proud? Who are the most proud of the Edomites?
Babylon, man.
So America. You know, you pursue the children of Israel. You know,
Yeah, like the percentages, since it was made, it was 93%. So over 90%. Since America's existed, it's always been in some type of war.
It's always had its foot up somebody's ass. Alright? And so, hey, this place loves to fucking kick up dust, stir the pot. The fire started like that song from what's that shit called?
I don't know how to pose.
Prodigy.
I don't know how to pose.
The fire started. The fucking instigator.
You're talking about America.
Yep.
Which America came out of Britain. But it was straight evil. It was a, what do you call it? It was a
Hey, and that's what America. Hey, I gotta bring this up. This is funny because America is the fucking instigator, right? So what happened with like Al Qaeda? Al Qaeda was a psyop, all right, to destabilize that region, and then they ended up throwing them under the bus and fighting them as terrorists because they had armed these people and militarized them and gave them techniques to fight in combat.
What about what happened in Syria? Daesh?
That ISIS, the same thing. Now it's happening to you fucking peons in Antifa. They're starting to throw you under the bus now and call you a terrorist organization.
It's all to demonize Jacob.
First they armed them and then allowed them to do all this stuff and paid them, you know, organized them, and now your asses are getting thrown under the fucking bus. Because you served your purpose. That's what Esau does. He'll use and abuse your ass. Devil. And then if you come out with it and say, oh, but he'll deny everything. We can neither confirm nor deny these allegations. We don't know what these people are talking about. They're terrorists.
Look at all these veterans, man. They come out all fucked out from the fucking splattered out there. They have none with none going for them there. And they go to court and all this shit. The courthouse says you're insane. But calls you look out.
Yeah. You're not fit to function in a society.
You're mentally incapable of doing stuff.
Yeah, but the suicide rate between veterans is super high.
Yeah, because they get all these demons off them.
And then coming back. Oh, you know what happened with Vietnam? They went out there and went through pure hell, and then came back just to be demonized by their own country.
And they were testing out all them fucking drugs on them. You watch that movie, you gotta watch it. Jacob Slater. He's bugging the fuck out, seeing demons, and then at the end he finds out that it was a new drug they were testing out in Vietnam. Well, in the beginning they show you in the movie Jacob Slater. He's in there with his own platoon, and he bugs out and he kills his own fucking squad. And he said they attacked us. Talking about that Vietnam, and he was like, they were testing out drugs on people so that they can make a super soldier. You know, they can put these drugs in you, send you out to war, and have you like split units and take armies away. Turns out it back.
Yeah, that's what they want to do with the chip now. Turn you into just complete cyborg bug outs.
And also these vaccinations. This dude, he's maximized. But this dude, like, he's fucking angry all the time now. He's just bugging out all the time. So who knows they're doing that shit? I know they're doing that.
Yeah, they put garbage in that shit. One of them, the main ingredient is fucking crab blood.
Yeah.
Like fucking king crab blood.
And a crab is a fucking, it's like a sea, it's like a cockroach, like a spider.
Blood. Fucking blood.
It's a sea bug.
It was that horseshoe crab, right? The blue blood in it?
Blue fucking crab, whatever kind of, it's a fucking crab, man. It's a crab. I don't know what else to say. You know? that's why Esau's gonna be destroyed, man, because all this shit that he does is it's against the scriptures. He's not, you know, he's out of fucking order, man. He's a madman, just running through the world, doing whatever the hell he wants. Then he's portraying himself as the power. You know, he's the dominant fucking force in the earth. And then even if the power were to switch hands and go to like China, Russia, the elites still have them in their pocket. It's still the fucking Illuminati that's running everything. It's still the goddamn bank that have control of the earth. That's the thing about Esau, the elites, is that's why the scripture calls Esau the serpent. Think about this. I want you to meditate on this. All right. Esau is known as the serpent, right? Meditate on this. All